We must band together, united for Dalaran!
Nerds and nerdettes, can I confide in you? But you have to promise to keep it between me and you, okay? Alright, here's the truth. I really like this meta. There, I said it. Yes, I still have issues mainly with Galakrond, and yes, there are still changes that can be made to improve the experience within Battlegrounds, but this meta has been very refreshing. More options of viable heroes, more diversity in builds, old cards making comebacks, it's nice. But hey, maybe I'm just a prisoner who's been kept in captive and starved for years, and upon release eats some McDonald's and proclaims it as an incredible meal. Or maybe I'm a victim of abuse who's finally free from their abuser and now has the perspective to appreciate the smaller positive nuances of life. Either way, I just made two really dark analogies and I think we should move on ASAP. But before we do, you know how I just said I'm really enjoying this meta? Well, in this game we're going back to before the patch. Back to the broken, terrible meta. But like I said, we're moving on. But I do want to go over this game because it highlighted a few things that make for some interesting gameplay. Things like early leveling, some Khadgar triple generation, and a non-standard but effective way of playing skycap'n Kragg. So let's quickly cover the basics. skycap'n Kragg's hero power is Piggy Bank. Gain 1 gold this turn and it increases each turn. So it ramps up over the course of the game but can only be used once. So on turn 5, if you hero power, you get 5 gold. On turn 7, you get 7 gold, so on and so forth. And typically the way I like to play him is to follow the standard leveling curve. Level to Tavern 2 on turn 2, level to Tavern 3 on turn 5, and then to Tavern 4 on turn 7. And then on turn 7, after I've leveled to Tavern 4, I hero power, grab my 7 gold, and then immediately level again to Tavern 5. That's how I normally play the hero. But there are plenty of games where I don't take this standard line of play, and this game is one of them. So as you've noticed, I was offered a really bad shop on turn 3, so instead of buying 2 crappy minions, I decided to sell my token and level. And then here on turn 4, I have 2 different lines of play. I can take the stats and grab the crowd favorite and the demon. That would give me a 5/5 and a 2/4 body and add a lot of stats to my board. Or I can grab the Khadgar and the kindly grandmother. And my initial thought was to just take the stats. But the issue with that line of play is that it doesn't really offer me any outs in later turns. And with a hero like Kragg, I have this safety valve called my hero power, and I can push that button at any time to help me stabilize in the coming turns. Plus, if the grandmother dies before the Khadgar, it puts 2 3/2 bodies or 6/4 total in stats on my board, which isn't far off from the stats line of play with the crowd favorite and the demon taunt. Plus, there are both Murlocs and Beasts in the game, so tokens will not only provide me extra gold economy, but also give me the opportunity to generate triples at a higher rate. So actually a pretty close fight here against Toki. I was worried I was going to take a lot more, only taking 4 damage there is pretty big. And then on this buy phase, I'm able to find a token. So now if I find another alley cat, I'll have a guaranteed triple, plus I pick up a pair with the kindly grandmother. So now next turn I can level and then look for one of my triples and look to grab like a Bran or just a big statted minion to help me stabilize in this mid game. I lose the fight but still level, and I grab the egg here. I'm getting dangerously low on health, so I need some stats, and an egg is a good pairing with the Khadgar. And then I pull that safety valve and we hero power. Obviously looking for a triple, but also just looking for any minions that can improve my board. And right away we find an alley cat. And Battlemaster is always the pick here. I don't have the luxury to grab the Nomi, my health is way too low, so we just put stats on the board. And then roll into the egg triple, which is an awesome find. That will give me a huge amount of stats and should help me stabilize now. Run out of time though and don't have optimal positioning on our board. The alley cat should have gone first. But it's turn 6, we're on 8 gold. We have 2 eggs, a Battlemaster, and good synergy with the Khadgar. We're pretty strong now. Kragg's hero power gave us that extra economy we needed to get to that one big swing turn. And with this type of hero power, making those risky early game moves, like leveling to Tavern 3 on turn 3, become a bit less risky. You have that safety valve you can pull at any time to give you that extra boost needed on those critical turns. Pretty easy win against Millhouse here, and we're rewarded with another alley cat. Pick up the Mama Bear over the Battlemaster pair. If I find more alley cats, it's a great way to not only keep generating triples, but also provide me a way to scale. And play the egg and pick up the second Mama. I should have played the egg first before the macaw. Definitely a misplay, but hey, you live and you learn. And then we actually sell off the cats and the Battlemaster here and pick up the second macaw. It's one of those rare instances where it's better to have 6 minions on your board. We want the space to proc the egg with our macaws. Plus we pick up another pair with the macaws, so lots of reasons why it's the stronger play here. Oh man, that was an ass whooping if I've ever seen one. And we just level here. Oh look, tier 5 genie. May he die a slow, painful death and burn in hell. Another easy win. Pass on the Annoy module here, really just looking for a Baron, the triple to our Mama Bear and Macaw pairs, or yeah, Hydra works too. And then end on the Mama triple. Obviously looking for a Goldrinn with the Discover. We have an awesome setup for a Goldrinn build, not only the 2 Macaws but also the Hydra on our board and the second in the shop. And man, we're just smacking people around. Grab the Mama. Bada boom, Goldrinn. All of our dreams have come true. Grab an Ironhide, and now really just looking for 2 things, an Argus or Houndmaster for taunt, and the Baron. And I guess the gold Macaw, so 3 things I guess. There it is, Macaw triple. I pick up the Gar here, obviously don't really care for the other two, and at least Gar is a taunt, which should provide my Goldrinn protection in case we don't attack first. Omu and big statted elementals? Oh man, how I'm glad I don't have to see this anymore. I'm having a little PTSD just sitting here watching this. Argus, nice. And oh damn, another Macaw and a Baron. Another bada boom. This buy phase gave us the last two missing pieces, the Taunt and the Baron. And we sell off the Mama Bear and taunt the Ironhide here. I mean, I'm board locked. I don't plan on tripling the Hydra, so I can't benefit from the Mama Bear scaling, so I just taunt the higher statted minion. And even with the snipe of my Goldrinn at the start of the fight, it's a pretty easy win for us. So I think it's a mistake to level here. I'm board locked and really the only things I'm looking for are the Golden Goldrinn, the Golden Baron, and the second Golden Macaw. And since they all actually provide a pretty comparable amount of stats, I'd rather not spend my gold leveling. I'd rather roll and hunt for the Goldrinn and more Macaws, as well as not increase the minion pool size, thus decreasing the odds I find the Baron and Macaw. Oh look, more huge statted elementals. Man oh man, I do not miss this. And you know how I just gave you that whole speech about how leveling isn't the right play here? Well, my dumbass just goes ahead and levels anyway. And we pick up the Righteous Protector. Alakir is leading with a Deadly Spore, which means it will have Divine Shield and Wind Fury. And having this little Divine Shield taunt will make sure the Deadly Spore can't blow up my build before I have a chance to attack. But we do attack first. However, the Righteous Protector still does its job. It takes out the Deadly Spore. If we still had the taunted Ironhide in, he dies as well as another one of my big boys. And from there, it's a pretty easy fight. So overall, a pretty interesting game. A good showcase of how skycap'n Kragg can be used in a non-standard way. Obviously, he's a mid-tier hero, but if you're in a high roll kind of mood, he can provide that extra edge to give you that little extra gold needed to pull off games like these. But I hope you enjoyed the game, hope you didn't get PTSD seeing the tier 5 genies and giant elemental builds. That'll do it for me. Until next time, Godspeed nerds.